Hello, I'm Justice, and I am talking while driving on my dad's birthday. That's a fun one. Happy birthday, Dad. I don't know if he watches these. To you. The to you works in two ways there. Anyways, welcome to another long overdue and very tired and rambly vlog. I know that I said I was gonna do, 2 videos a month and a non-vlog video in between, and hopefully at some point I'll be able to get that going. Been busy, and I was working on a different kind of video for the end of May, and then it was a lot of work. It was very silly and also a lot of work, which is a good combination. But yeah, that was in the works, and then I don't know. I wasn't really in the right headspace to work on it because my grandpa had a stroke. We call him Granddaddy, so content warning now. If you don't want to hear me sound like a weird southern baby all the time, this video is probably going to have the word Granddaddy in it a lot. But feel free to think about the band if that makes it better for you, because who doesn't love the work of Jason Lytle? Anyways, yeah, so Granddaddy had a stroke, and we've been trying to figure out a way to get down there to see him as soon as it was safe for us and for them to do so. Because he's getting older, and yeah, it was just, we hadn't seen him in a year and a half, and it was like, okay, we gotta figure out a way to see him and spend some time with my dad's dad. So then that kind of accelerated the timeline of that, but also made it more stressful and difficult for a number of reasons. One, he was in the hospital for a good long while there, and with the ongoing global event, it's the pandemic. It's still, there are still precautions in place, and going to visit someone at a hospital obviously it takes some work, and they're trying to limit that, especially in Florida, where vaccination rates aren't as high, so there's still like 1,500 new cases a day. There's that, and then also I'm the only person who works at my job, Dad is in a similarly kind of necessary and limited backup sort of role. Zane has students who have like recitals and stuff, so it gets hard to take any amount of time off, which is in times like this especially just really painful and upsetting. So we managed to find a small bit of time, and then it was around, it was a few days after he got to go home from the hospital, and so we went there about a week ago today. It won't be a week ago when you see this video, because it's going to take me a couple days to edit it and put it out and draw all the dumb animals that have like a wheel for a face and a butt made out of swords or whatever. Whatever it is I do on these, I don't know. But yeah, it was really good to see him. And I recorded a different grimmer version of this video about 2 days before we went down there, because again, not to be too dark, but we weren't 100% certain he would make it to when we until we got to see him, and so it was kind of a scary period, because he's my grandpa and I love him, and he's one of the most important people to me. Granddaddy is the reason I got into 3D printing when I did. He's always been a very smart and technologically adept guy, he kind of encouraged me late in college, and then shortly after college he actually just was like, hey, you given any more thought to this? And I was like, well, actually I have a project that I'm working on that could use it. And he helped me buy my first printer, which was big. That's one of the main ways I make things that I sell and create stuff. And it was my job for a while, so that was huge in my life, and he's always been there to encourage me. And when I was in school for science and then afterwards, he was always asking questions, and just a very good person, and helped me. He gave me some of his cameras when I started getting into film photography, and we got to share, an interest and excitement for that technology. And so all this is to say, Granddaddy is a very important person to me. It means a lot, and so I wanted to, be able to see him at least one last time, to tell him how much I love him, and how much he means to me, and how much he helped shape my life. And I actually got that opportunity, which feels really important. So it's kind of in a rough gray area right now. He is on hospice care, so we don't know how much longer we have with him. It's one, very valuable that I was able to say that, because at least I don't want to leave that unsaid. Like, in a perfect world, that would be known. There would be no need to say it. It's just sort of implicitly known between the two people that there is that love and that respect and stuff. And I think it's known a bit, but human communication is decidedly imperfect, and you never know what someone thinks or knows or has doubts about, and so you want to say that while you can. So I don't know. This video is mostly to say that there's a reason why I've been late with everything lately, and why my social media is cryptic and sparse and grim lately. I've had that to deal with, and that's brought up a lot of questions on my own mortality and what I'm doing with my time, obviously. And I would not say that is an ideal situation either. So there's there's a lot I want to work on and change and grow for myself, and also especially seeing Granddaddy and hearing him. He said there's something really I don't know, important, special, striking, memorable, what have you, to me. I was gearing up to to make my whole listen. I don't know when I'll get to say this to you next, and so I want to say it now. And I love you, and you helped me become the person I am, and all this stuff. I was kind of getting this may surprise you, but I'm not very good at any kind of planned speeches. That's why all these are improvised and usually take like 1,000 takes. But I don't know. I'm a jazz man. Anyway, yeah. So I wanted to give him a little mini version. I started saying that to him, just like, oh yeah, you got me into 3D printing, and that really meant a lot. And you've always kind of helped me with stuff, and I can't thank you enough for it. And he has trouble talking because he has trouble breathing, and he's on an oxygen concentrator 24/7. But when he does say something, you got to lean in close, and it's like he told me that his father told him that when you see potential, you pay for it. And then he said that me and my dad and my brother have so much potential that he was always happy to pay for it, which was really sweet, and also encouraging, and kind of lights a little bit of a fire under the old bottom, to make you work harder to do the things that you should do and want to do, and to realize that potential that someone else sees in you in your own life. So yeah, I don't know, this video is getting very long, but there will be another one for my birthday, hopefully, because I'll be making some changes to my Patreon and stuff. But in the meantime, as I'm doing right now, driving to see my dad, if you can, now that we're starting to be vaccinated and stuff like that, spend time with the people that matter to you, and tell them how you feel. It's important. Yeah, do what you can. Also, don't beat yourself up too much if it's hard, because it is difficult, and it feels, it can feel like trite and weird sometimes, but I think usually you'll feel better saying something rather than just being like, oh, should I say that? And yeah, so till next time, do what you will with that information, and links to whatever, wherever. I don't know, it'll be a cat made out of stars on the screen that has links to my social media and whatnot. But yeah, the more important stuff, who cares about Instagram? And as always, don't eat a toothpick. It's not good for you. Later. Bye.